Okay, I'm sorry. So you asked what the timeline was. The way SEO works is relatively simple, but there is some time involved. I would say that if we were to start on your website today, you would see results no earlier than 2 to 3 months, and certainly by 4 to 5 months, you would see sequential movement in rankings. Every single month that you are engaging us in SEO, we will send you a report. That report is not a report that we can doctor. It is not something that's up to conjecture. It's a report that we get from Google that says exactly where you rank. In fact, you'll be able to go onto Google yourself and type in the keywords that we've been promoting for you, and you'll see where you rank. And when I mean rank, you'll be able to count how many down you get. And we will give you a very comprehensive report once a month on exactly where it is that you fall. And I would say the timeline for this product is really 4 to 5 months. We don't ask you to sign a guarantee. We don't ask you to sign a contract for your involvement. We're so sure of how good we are at making you move through the rankings and getting you where you want to go that there's no need for us to get you to sign a contract. And we're just hoping that the results that you find, the increased traffic to your website and the increased revenue, are compelling enough to you that you continue to move forward. And if you look at our past behavior, our average is well over 2 or 3 years for each client.
What do you mean past behavior?
Our past clients.
Okay. Do you have any references?
Sure. I'd be happy to give you some references.
Okay.
Before we do the analysis, it's hard to give you an actual price, but if I were in your shoes, I'd want to know kind of what's involved, and we're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of $400 a month. If you were in an incredibly competitive environment, it could get as high as $700-800 a month. I think that's what your budget is. So I would say somewhere between $400 and $700 a month, we'll be able to get you pretty high rankings in Google, Yahoo, and Bing under business insurance, commercial insurance, things of that nature, in your local area.
If I go on the high end and I spend $700 a month with you, what does that get me?
Well, the differences in amounts really have to do with how many backlinks that we get you. So you and I have talked about what a backlink is. Let's say that your next closest competitor has 200 backlinks and you only have 100. We need to get you to 200 plus backlinks. And when you pay us more money, we get you more backlinks. And the way we get you more backlinks is, and we haven't talked about all the details, but we'd write you an article, for instance. And the article would be all about commercial insurance. And then we would take those articles, and maybe we'd write 5 articles, but we'd submit them to 100 different published sites that had to do with insurance and business, Chamber of Commerce's, things of that nature. And when those links get published, you would instantly get 100 new links. So if you had 100 today, and we added 100, then on a backlink basis, you would be equal with your closest competitor. If we make everything else better, like your website, like social networking links back to you, maybe we create a YouTube video. There are a host of different things we can do. We can help you we'll create a blog for you that again link back to you. You'll be much higher than your competitor, and of course that does take a little time. This is not something that happens overnight, and that's why it takes the 2 to 4 months that I mentioned.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
What happens after 3 or 4 months?
Well, after 3 or 4 months, you'll have a very good understanding of how far we've taken your website and what we've done. And, you know, essentially, if you're making money from it, I think you should continue. And, you know, if you're making money, you're making money, meaning you'll be able to tell, you know, how much you're spending with us a month, and you should be able to tell how many new leads you're getting a month and what that's doing with your revenue. I would say you just continue, and you continue indefinitely for this reason. If you get top ranking and you continue with your SEO marketing, it's very hard to unseat you unless somebody goes at it with a much higher budget and they just go crazy. Because once you get up there and you continue to maintain and to add new links every month, then you kind of start to run away with it. Once you stop, links start to expire, they get old, Google comes back, they look at your site again. Every month Google's looking at your site, analyzing your site. You will start to fall again and slide. So the answer is, at the end of 3 or 4 months, you continue, and you continue on until it's not working. And we analyze it every single month. We'll have a meeting with you and we'll say, here's the analysis, what do you think? And maybe we'll have recommendations of what you could do or should do. And as you get farther along in this, we'll have time to do more sophisticated things for you. You know,
there's no commitment. I can get out at any time.
At any time, you just say, I'm done, and you're done. That's it.
All right.
All right?
Okay.
All right, well, thank you, Maurice. The process basically goes like this. I will send you this intake form. Take a look at it. 3 business days later, I'll come back to you with a very detailed report. I will spend as much time with that report as you'd like, going over the report, what it means, and what my suggestions would be for what you should do next. And then it's back in your hands, and you have to decide if this is something that you think is right for your business. I want to leave you with one thing, Maurice, that I think is more compelling than anything else that I've ever read. I read this recently, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. And it was from a very, very well-known blogger that writes about this subject. And the quote was as follows: "Your future relationship with your clients is based on the current relationship that you have with Google." And how I read into that that quote is that what happens tomorrow and the next day with your customers will largely be dependent on your relationship with Google today, because tomorrow most of your clients, in fact 9 out of 10 of every American today, when they're looking for something, uses the internet to find it. And if we, me included, you included, ignore that, then if you don't have a relationship today with Google or Yahoo or Bing, then tomorrow you might not be able to get those customers. And so anyway, I read that. I thought it was very compelling and very powerful statement from a guy that I respect an awful lot, named Michael Cutts. And I just thought I'd share it with you. So thank you for the opportunity. I'll send you these things. And then if you want help filling out the form, it's not difficult. Call me and we'll take it from there. Thanks, Maurice.